Elon responds, I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Despite not knowing for sure, I have given Ashley $2.5 million. Why would you do that, Elon? Pretty easy thing to figure out in your head. If it's like, but I never had sex with you. I've never even given you my semen. I've never actually had any relations with you whatsoever. So no, I'm not going to be giving you a dollar right now, because just that never happened. I know that to be true in my own brain, right? But I can see in your case, because you did give your semen up, and then I do think you do have a responsibility to take care of this child and provide for the family. Of course, absolutely. And if you had done it, then yes, for sure, my dude. Now, like many of you, I have known the incredible pleasure that comes from the act of sex. However, to fetishize the act of impregnation in and of itself, as Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, and a lot of these weird breeders seem to be obsessed with, the idea of impregnating, but that's about it. They love talking about birth rates declining. They love talking about the fall of civilization occurring, and they're always talking about needing to impregnate and how everyone should be having more kids. But all of them also want to make it very difficult for you to have kids, as often is part of the right-wing project. They love talking about the sanctity of marriage. They love talking about how conception begins at first glance when you make eye contact. But they do not like to talk about what happens when the children are born. How much money does a mother have to spend on potentially giving birth in a hospital? Is that going to cost her $10,000, $20,000 simply to give birth after they have a kid? Is there going to be any money left around to be able to support the parents as they try to raise a child? Parental leave, maternal leave, and let alone paternal leave, ideas like that. Once they have kids, is there going to be daycare provisions or subsidizations? Is there going to be daycares available? Is there going to be a way for the child to be watched so the kids' parents can go and continue to produce money under the capitalist system to be able to feed their child? Is any of that going to be available? If they decide that they need help in the form of assistance, are those programs going to be available? SNAP. If they take those programs, if they're even still available, are they going to be put in a position afterwards where everyone vilifies them, calls them welfare queens, simply for, again, wanting to live and feed their kids? All this comes down to the fact that Elon Musk, he can complain all day about declining birth rates and also about his desire to basically mail his jizz to every single white woman who's willing to have his children. But at the end of the day, he does not give two fucks about ever taking care of his kids. He uses them as props when he does see them. Otherwise, he doesn't hang out with the mothers. He doesn't see the children. He occasionally, if he's court appointed, pays some of them child support. And then in this case, when it comes to Ashley St. Clair, I don't even know if he's going to acknowledge that that's actually his child. So she's saying, basically, and if you haven't followed the whole saga, Ashley St. Clair, right-wing influencer, apparently had yet another in vitro fertilization from Elon Musk. I don't know if that's because he's had a botched penis surgery and his penis no longer works, but he is capable of extracting his own semen through whatever mechanism, and then they use that semen to do IVF, specifically because he's a eugenicist who only wants to have white male children as heirs, and so that's, I guess, whatever qualification. He's like, we can have a kid, sure, but it's got to be a white man. And so they're like, okay, fine, we'll do what we can. We have the science to do that now, sir. So they take his semen and then they use IVF to produce males for the most part. And that's basically the Elon Musk story. Ashley St. Clair was gifted one of these semen appointments, and then after the fact, she has tried to basically do what I assume on the right wing is like, make a story of this, as in like, hey, everybody, congratulations, the gift of life, God has blessed us, we have a child, aren't you all happy? And the right wasn't really happy with this one. Because Elon was kind of not really acknowledging that it's his kid. A lot of people were like, oh, what, you had a kid out of wedlock? Oh, you use IVF? Do we like that or do we not like that? I can't tell. I don't know what's going on here. And so he was mixed, I would say. She did not get like just a stunning, everyone is stoked review on this. It was more just kind of like, And so she started trying to make more noise and be like, Elon, can you acknowledge the child is yours? I need, like, you know, more support on this. And Elon was just kind of like, didn't care much, wasn't really responding to her. She's saying like, okay, fine, here's pictures of us, here's evidence, here's the, you know, our text messages, and then something must have gotten through, because at that point everything got deleted. She deleted all the social media posts, was like blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden it went back to, oh, we're just so happy, and Elon is taking time to be a part of this child's life. But then we're back to, no, he's not, and now she's basically responding to him, asking for some kind of support, I guess financial at this point, because he doesn't seem to want to be a part of the child in his life at any point. In the wake of a new video showing MAGA influencer Ashley St. Clair selling her Tesla while saying Elon Musk had cut her off from child support, the CEO fired back, claiming that he's actually given her $2.5 million in payments. He responded to the video in a post on X. Oh, I haven't actually seen the original video. All right, let's see. This is still up. Oh, it still is. Oh, but this one's by Laura Loomer. Laura, always very quick to put herself in the middle of a good story involving other people. Gold digger and professional gaslighter Ashley St. Clair was caught on camera outside of the ritzy Manhattan condo paid by her sugar daddy, Elon Musk, selling her $100,000 Tesla she said was gifted to her by Elon Musk during the romantic relationship. Nothing more romantic than IVF, am I right? She said she's selling it to make up for the $100,000 in the alleged cuts to her child support payments to Elon, from Elon, sorry. She took a jab at Elon Musk, telling people to check the Tesla stock, adding, "I'm not the only one cleaning up after Elon's messes." Probably referring to the botched penis. Ashley, as I reported, has hired an anti-Trump lawyer to sue Elon Musk. He was ordered by the court to take a paternity test. All right, let's check out the video.
I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support.
Why do you think that he did that?
That's a great question for him.
You feel like he was sort of like vindictive against you in some way?
Yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out.
When was the last time that you spoke to him or tried to speak to him?
February 13th?
But he's just not responding.
The video sound as though I can turn it up. Please don't mess up.
How would you characterize the way that he's going about
I can also just read it out because we have subtitles. Hold on. So Ashley says, I'm selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support. The interviewer says, why do you think he did that? She says, that's a great question for him. Then says, do you feel like he was sort of like vindictive against you in some way? And then she says, yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out. When was the last time you spoke to him or tried to speak to him? February 13th, she replies. But he's just not responding to you at all? She says, no. How would you characterize the way he's going on about this? You can check the stocks. I'm not the only one who is cleaning up after his messes. Again, not sure if that is the botched penis surgery or the fact that he was just spilling his seed all over the place. And then they show the Tesla being brought up onto a tow truck of some kind. And so that's as far as we know there. Elon responds, I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Not need to get the law involved. Despite not knowing for sure, I have given Ashley $2.5 million. Why would you do that, Elon? Because, like, I don't have any women accusing me of impregnating them. And I don't think I would give anyone who just randomly said it, and I know it to not be true, $1 because I didn't do it. Right? It's a pretty easy thing to figure out in your head. If it's like, but I never had sex with you. I've never even given you my semen. I've never actually had any relations with you whatsoever. So no, I'm not going to be giving you $1 right now because just that never happened. I know that to be true in my own brain, right? But I can see in your case, because you did give your semen up, and then I do think you do have a responsibility to take care of this child and provide for the family. Of course, absolutely. If you had done it, then yes, for sure, my dude. So the $2.5 million just out of the gates, that, I mean, the first part kind of validates the second, or vice versa, right? Like if you're like, I do not know if the child is mine, but for no reason at all, I gave this rando $2.5 million. Because I'm benevolent and generous in all ways. I don't think so. My dude, I think that's because you gave your cum, because that's whole part of your weird fetish shit where it's just like must impregnate, and then afterwards you were probably like, oh my, you're not pregnant, are you? You are. Ah, I see. Ah, complicated that. How that keeps happening. Should probably figure out some better system than the one I'm currently doing. So I'm currently sending her $500,000 a year. Which again, you don't know why you would just do that to a random person. I do believe that implies that you are probably somewhat aware of the fact that you actually are the father and impregnated her. In which case, yes, I believe that you should be sending her money, and that's what the family should have money and support. Absolutely. You should stop doing this weird song and dance where you half, acknowledge that it's your child and half don't acknowledge that it's your child. But, who am I to say how you should operate, world's richest man? Ashley responds, Elon, we asked you to confirm paternity through a test before our child, who you named, was even born. You refused. And you weren't sending me money. You were sending support for your child that you thought was necessary, until you withdrew most of it to maintain control and punish me for disobedience. But you're really only punishing your son. It's ironic that your last effort in court was to try and gag me, while you use a social media channel to literally to distribute derogatory messages about me and our child to the entire world. It's all about control with you, and everyone can see it. Hopefully everyone can. By the way, I'm hoping that if there are other women out there right now who are like, not really attracted to him and his weird botched penis. It's kind of scary. The Nazi stuff, eek. Gives me the ick. But I do kind of want to have Elon's child. It does not really seem to be a good arrangement. It seems like you may or may not be acknowledged in that you actually did have his child. It seems that he may, in one moment, be like, yes, I will give you some of my vast accumulated wealth to help you and your child. And then I won't if you don't do the things I want when I want them. So that seems a lot more kind of just weird, creepy, and control-y. I don't think it's a good deal for anyone involved. I would not engage in the Elon impregnation fetish. America needs you to grow up, you petulant man-child. Laura Loomer responds, Ashley, you don't need $3 million to raise a baby. This is so outrageous that you had sex without birth control. You seem to have plotted for many years how to get Elon Musk to knock you up. And now you're complaining because you want more money for a baby. In what world does it cost more than $500,000 a year to raise a baby? Not to mention, you were making $20,000 a month on X payouts. Were you, though? I can tell you firsthand, to anyone who hasn't bought into the scam here, it's a scam. Yeah, so I got gifted a blue check mark. I did not pay for one. I was forced to have a blue check mark, and I get more engagement than most of the people who brag about making $25,000 a month. Brian Krasenstein, Tim Pool, Laura Loomer, all of them. I occasionally randomly will have a post that just goes obscenely viral, and I have no earthly reason why. Don't get me wrong, the whole system is completely broken now, where I can make 10 posts a day. They'll get 20, 30 likes, and then all of a sudden I make a Meat Canyon Charlie Kirk parody picture, and it just it goes straight to the moon. I have no idea what is making the system so broken, but anyways, I'll pull it up for all of you to see, because I think it's important just to prove my here we are. So in this one, yeah, so Charlie Kirk does the whole horrifying, studio Ghibli Snapchat filter. That's effectively what they did. This is why everyone got so sad by this, by the way, okay? It took an artist whose work consistently depicted how the machinery of fascism is used to kill millions of innocent people, and then they turned it into a Snapchat filter, and then it was used by the IDF. That's why everyone is like, this is so gross. But anyways, he's writing, and he's like, thanks for the ride, Mr. President. Am I doing this right? Lol, blah, blah. And I got 15,000 likes, which isn't bad. But then I basically just did this. Oh, yeah. And that's at 270,000 likes. So I mean, this is I have ratioed Charlie Kirk off the internet effectively. That is more than 10 times the amount of people preferred my version, my art, and to be fair, Meat Canyon's art more than anyone else, but preferred that to whatever the fuck he was doing. Okay, so let's be completely clear about this very beginning part. And I will tell you, even with a post of $270,000, I make about $35 a month on YouTube ads in the YouTube on Twitter ad revenue that gets sent to me. It's not $25,000 a month. It's not $35,000 a month. Not $45,000 a month. It's about $35. At 35, sometimes 45 if you get one of these viral posts, but $35. So it's a scam. It's I can tell you firsthand from the other side, it's a scam. As someone who gets bigger numbers than those accounts that are like, I'm making $25,000 a month, bro, just off fucking Twitter Blue. If you are, then you are unique in that. The rest of us who actually have accounts that get the same numbers as you are making $35, $40 sometimes. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. It's 100% a scam. They are just randomly giving, if they are giving them, a handful of people like, you know, the Krasensteins and Tim Pool and maybe in the past Ashley St. Clair, big paychecks. So they keep pretending like everyone gets a big paycheck and then more people want to sign up for Twitter Blue. That's why it's an MLM scam. It's just like, oh, you too can make shit tons of money. You too can look at this. Oh, look at these huge ass paychecks. No, you can't. I can tell you that firsthand. They are scamming you. It's a lie. Do not pay for Twitter Blue. It's a massive ass scam. Fuck those guys. So, Laura Loomer, snapping back. Not to mention, you were making $25,000 a month on X payouts. How does one person need this much money to survive? This is an insult to everyone. Saint Ashley. Now, Laura Loomer doesn't actually care about the working class because what she's saying mathematically is true. Yes, that is more money than any human being needs to survive. If you're getting $500,000 a year, you're doing all right. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people here, maybe even myself included, would accept being impregnated by Elon for that amount of money. Again, Mr. Beast, right? The very Mr. Beast-esque to be like, would you take $500,000 a year to let Elon Musk's sperm be inside you? Some people, yeah, might be like, ew, but other people might be like, ugh, that is a lot of money. Life transformative even. So, but that's not why Laura Loomer's doing this. I don't know if it's jealousy because she too wanted the semen, or the fact that she is just basically trying to go after Ashley St. Clair because Ashley St. Clair had these children out of wedlock, which is also a big taboo on the right. Then Kim Iverson pops up. No one needs that kind of money, but if some of Elon's kids live like their dad is the wealthiest man on earth, then all of his children should live like it. What? I don't even know where these morals are going, to be honest with you. I don't know what this means. If one, like, it's kind of a little bit like, you know, we're not free until we all are, but this one's we're not rich until we all are. So if just one of Elon Musk's children lives in abundance, all of them should live in equal abundance. I don't even know if I can really find fault with it. It's just, it's strange. A silly thing to want to inject yourself as a major famous right-wing media figure. And it's like, oh, if we're talking about Elon's penis, I do have some opinions here. If it was used to impregnate one of his kids and they live well, then all of the kids should live well. So saith the prophet, Elon Musk. So that happened. I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Despite not knowing for sure, I gave Ashley $2.5 million. I'm selling because I need to make up the 60% cut that Elon made to her son's child support. I understand. When a reporter asked if Musk had been vindictive towards St. Clair, she said, yeah, that's his modus operandi. She went public on February 14th. Oh, I just realized on Valentine's Day. Oh, Jesus. I'm a romantic at heart, all right? I'm deeply in love with my partner. She's the love of my life. She's my moon, my stars, my flame, my sun. So I understand, you know, coming from a place of love. Weird. When should I drop the news? On Valentine's Day. Hell yeah. I'm not previously disclosed to protect our child's privacy and safety. In the recent days, it became clear the tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. St. Clair then filed a paternity and custody lawsuit in New York after Musk reportedly told her to keep the baby secret, then ghosted her, forcing her to go public and take action. Almost a month later, Musk lawyers successfully petitioned a New York judge a gag order against the influencer, locking down the details in the matters prohibiting St. Clair's ability to speak out, which, by the way, explains why that tweet going around about her confirming that he has a botched penis is not true. I don't know if she would be risking to violate the gag order in order to let the world know about that. Until now, Musk has not publicly acknowledged whether the child is his own. Instead, he has opted to post a flurry of cryptic posts. While speaking with Mail Online, St. Clair said she was forced to sell her Tesla because of her dire personal financial situation, but because of the EV's declining stock price. The Independent is the world's most... blah, blah, blah. Also, everything else that Elon Musk is doing right now is super illegal and scary. Him basically trying to buy the whole votes thing is much worse than this. This is just funnier, which is why I decided to talk about it, but Just so we're clear, Elon Musk offers $1,000 to outside agitators in latest vote buying scheme. Elon Musk debuted a financial incentive on Sunday as part of a scheme to buy votes for the state Supreme Court election in Wisconsin, and is particularly ironic since the Tesla CEO accused shadowy left-wing billionaires of funding protesters against him in Biden elections, but don't expect to actually get any money if you follow through on what the billionaire oligarch is telling people to do. Musk says anyone can be paid $20 per photo for getting people in Wisconsin to post a picture of an image of a conservative judge, Brad Schimmel, who's running against liberal judge Susan Crawford. People who participate don't even need to be residents of Wisconsin to get the money, according to Musk. However, the terms and conditions listed on his website appear to contradict that claim. Musk donned a cheesehead at a rally on Sunday night in Greens Bay, Wisconsin, where he handed out $1 million checks and urged people to vote for the MAGA-aligned Judge Schimmel in the election on Tuesday. I thought this was all illegal. I thought just you couldn't do this. I thought like you couldn't just straight up be like, hey, money for vote. Yeah. Like, isn't it illegal in Wisconsin to give people water in line when they're trying to vote? Like, aren't you not allowed to give them food? And if people are in line for like 3 hours in the hot sun and they're like, you're like, oh shit. Oh, you look really thirsty. Here's water. No, election fraud right there. Boom. Election tampering. But Elon Musk can just roll up and be like, so you enter a lottery that I'm throwing where you can win $1 million if you vote out this liberal judge, because I'm definitely deeply afraid. And I'm just trying to basically destroy democracy as an illegal immigrant any way I can. I don't know. I'm not used to this. I got to be honest, Americans. As a Canadian, it takes me usually less than 5 minutes to vote, if that. But yeah, that's the thing that's happening. We shall see. We'll stay tuned.
Don't let this happen to you. Go to serfscoffee.com to order the only end-to-end owned indigenous coffee company that delivers blood-free, conflict-free, and cruelty-free beans right to your door. 0% of people who drink serfscoffee.com have exploded spontaneously. By ordering right now, you get 10% off plus free shipping, and it's the best way to enjoy delicious coffee while not exploding. That's serfscoffee.com, serfscoffee.com.
Hey, if you'd like to unlock secret bonus episodes as well as uncensored content, go to patreon.com/theserfs. This show is produced by Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbard Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Political Puppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demel, Travis McClinton, Trincel, Words Greenwood, with additional support coming from all of these amazing human beings right here.